think it is true that we are at the door of a third downgrade, and all indications are showing us that. The budget, mini-budget speech did not have very much. Actually, it made things worse. We need to get our act together at policy level. We need to assure the markets and our people, because we need internal investment and external investment, that there will be policy certainty on important sectors of the economy. Mining is being one of them, agriculture. We make sure that the state enterprises are corruption-free. They are run by people who are reputable in business, who are known to run organizations properly, which means you must get rid of many boards and many CEOs. You must clean up. And you must do a marriage between the state and private sector in terms of those SOEs to bring efficiencies from both sides and bring confidence that there could be controls and you don't have to bail them out every year. You need to do a few things at institutions like ESCOM. Ensure that you release the government guarantees on those bonds. But then that will require that the people who are holding bonds must have equity in ESCOM. And we should not be afraid to do that, because that is going to stabilize the situation in a serious manner, because the government guarantees will be withdrawn, the budget will be less impacted by those negative guarantees, and companies like ESCOM will run professionally. Change the board overnight, good management, reputable people. There's things we need to do to create an impression of a radical economic growth in this country. Because if there's no such a perception, and there isn't now, but the growth perception is very low, then we're in trouble.
You mentioned growth perception is very low. Investors aren't keen on investing in South Africa. What is the root of the problem?
Well, the root of the problem is, first of all, policy instability. If you take the mining charter, say, and we warned the minister about this, the unions today are against him, NEC is against it, everybody's against it. It's not good for the economy. You don't change the rules of the game in the middle of the game. People are going to tell you to go to hell and go to court and take you on. That's what is happening. That's mining companies that say they're going, they're leaving. Who can blame them? Because you're not making it easy for them to invest in this country. You're giving them reason to go rather than to stay. As an example, the whole thing about mouthing empty slogans about radical economic development, what is that? In Marxist theory, in Kenyanese or Western theories, what does it mean? It means nothing. You're just scaring the investors. You create an uncertainty with a slogan. If you talk about how do you bring the majority of black people into the mainstream of the economy, it's a sober discussion. We must skill them. It doesn't happen like rain. You must give them skills to be able to be entrepreneurs. That's the beginning of wisdom. And then, of course, you must avail risk capital as a state. And financial institutions will be warm to people who are educated, who are skilled. They're less risky to invest in. And then you can have your SMMEs, which is the theme of this conference. The SMMEs must be massified in the country. If we massify the SMMEs, you create a carpet of SMMEs. Then the economic backbone is strong. More jobs, more stability. There's no need to worry about tax, but there will be more taxpayers.
Now, you mentioned radical economic transformation, which has been one of the strong points, talking points of President Jacob Zuma. You spoke quite bluntly inside over there. What is your take of the current president and his leadership?
First of all, I think that expression is unintelligent. It doesn't mean anything in science. So I don't want the thing of our president is sucking an empty dummy with radical economic transformation. There's nothing like that. There is nothing like that. So you must talk about radical economic growth. Then we'll all embrace that. I think the president has failed dismally. There's consensus among South Africans. I was the first one after the Constitutional Court found negatively against it that he must step down. I haven't changed my position. I think he should have stepped down 2 years ago. The more he hangs in there, the more he causes damage to the reputation of the country. He's finished the ANC. There's nothing left.
Let's go into him. What flaws can you point out that are out there that you think that he's done this and that?
Number one, he has not respected the constitution of the country. And it's not me saying that, it's the judges of this country. He believes, or he acts like he believes in immunity for crimes. Because when he's implicated or his friends are implicated, the Guptas and others, they don't get prosecuted. They're immune. When ministers mess up, he promotes them sideways or upwards and protects them. And he goes and finds ministers who have done nothing wrong. It's a long list of blunders. I don't think, okay, it's as long as your arm.
Now we just have about 5 weeks left into the African National Congress's elective conference in December. There's a dark cloud hanging about whether it's going to happen or not going to happen. Can you shed some light for us in this manner?
I think the branches of the ANC, in whatever form they are, they should rescue that conference. It's a conference of the branches. It's not a conference of the PC. So they must rescue it. They must work in a way in which it takes place. It should not fail. There are certain dynamics in there which men cannot control. We don't know if one group wins, if their groups, how will the other react. There's a potential of a big explosion there in that conference, which could determine either that the ANC stays together or it will split. There are all those things there, but the ingredients for tensions are building up every day. I'm just hoping that we should come out united. I'm hoping, I'm dreaming for that. I don't wish a split ANC. It's not good for the ANC or for anybody. I think the country needs a strong, united ANC, corruption-free.
You also mentioned possible coalitions with the ANC getting less than 50% of the voters in 2019. Is this the death of the African National Congress?
The ANC is in ICU. Someone must take it out. If no one takes it out in December, it's going to die. And let's not fool ourselves. In terms of numbers you're referring to, I gave you stats there, and they're not my stats, and you know they're objective. The ANC will not win power in 2019. It's going to be forced in either a grand coalition, where it's a dominant party, or it could be a small party, in which case it will just be in a coalition. You know, those are the prospects of what's coming in 2019. Unless the ANC radically changes all these things which you say they're wrong, I don't think time is on our side. You know, I don't think time is on our side. The downgrade will come, and as you heard, it will take 7 years to come out of that downgrade. We're in a crisis, both political and economic.